In this segment, I'm going to take a look at how you can show and hide different parts of your embroidery designs. And so I'll pop over to the Digitizer desktop. And I guess first of all, I've already shown how you can use the buttons on your desktop to do things like display or hide images. So that was an image that I brought in. I can hide that. I can use this button to hide vectors. I can use this button to hide my embroidery hoop. This was an applique embroidery that I had created, and I can choose this button to hide the applique fabric. But I still have all of my stitches on my screen. Now, of course, I can use this button to hide all the stitches, and that leaves us just with the outlines of the embroidery objects. But there's another option for viewing, and I'm just going to zoom in over top of this little bunny for the moment. Now, basically, if you take a look at the design, you can see that it's got gray and white, and it's got black, orange, and green. Those are the different colors of the design, and you can actually have specific objects or colors viewed on your screen, and that's found under the View drop-down menu here where it says Show. And you can have Show All Objects or Selected Color. So for example, if I was to choose View, Show, Selected Color Only, it gives me the option to choose the color. So why don't I say, just show me the orange, and I'm going to hold the Shift key on my keyboard and select green. So I'm asking it to show just orange and green and say OK. And it actually hides all of the other objects in my design. And I can see here the objects that are hidden are displayed with a little bit of a sort of striped line across those objects. That indicates to me that they're no longer currently being shown, and the only objects that we can see are the little caret here. So now if I choose View and Show, you can see that I can have all objects or selected objects only. So I'll say all objects. That turns everything on. So the other option was selected objects only. So in that case, instead of doing it by color, if I specifically select this ear, and why don't I even hold my control key down and select that ear. So basically I've selected 1, 2 objects, and now if I go to View, Show, I can choose selected objects only or selected color only. So if I say selected objects only, everything else is hidden except for the objects that are selected. So this can be really helpful if you're trying to digitize something and you've created or digitized a background, and now there's lettering or details to go on top, and you're having a hard time seeing those details. You can hide that background by just showing the parts of the design that you want to show. And of course, nothing's actually missing, even though we don't see it. If I choose View, Show, and I say All Objects, everything's back again. So that's one thing. And of course, that doesn't affect the display images or the display vectors, which are these buttons here on my keyboard. So that's a little bit more about how you can control what is viewable during your designing process.